In 1970, the United States wrote the National Environmental Policy Act. It was the first of its kind worldwide, but since then we have fallen behind and are one of the only large nations left that does not have a national environmental strategy. Why does that matter? It matters because when we use one of these strategies, we bring all the people, resources, and capabilities together to help our nation be proactive for the future. And if there's one thing we know today, it's that the earth and the wildlife, the plant life, and marine life that is available is starting to be affected by human actions. So for the last month, we have been tracking all of the research that has been happening. We've been looking at the governmental programs and initiatives that exist, and also looking at the innovation money that is available. But we did one more thing. We spoke to Americans who are running programs that are helping all of the pieces of the environment. In other words, the pieces of the ecosystem. So what did we find? Well, we found that we can, in fact, write a national strategy for the environment. We found that we have all the pieces that we need, and we found that we have enough financial resources to be able to fund these goals going forward. So what are the primary goals? Number one, we have to make sure that we reduce emissions. Number two, we have to help cap the global warming, the rising temperatures that are happening on the earth. And number three, we need to make sure that we are reducing our use of single-use plastics. But how do we do that? Well, the first thing that we found out was that if we just made a bunch of rules through Congress, we were never actually going to affect long-term change. So the first thing we need to do is inspire Americans. We need to help educate and connect everyone who works in this space, but also those who don't, so they know what they can do as well. The second thing that we need to do is make sure that we are looking beyond the boundaries of government in order to connect all of the groups that are working together. This is how we solve this problem without as many financial resources as we would like to have. And then finally, we have to activate. We need to get people moving. That means we need government and civilians to be working together to plan forward. Our non-governmental agencies, those are groups like Greenpeace or 4Ocean. These kinds of groups are highly mature, organized, planned out groups that have their own funding. And when we work together, that's when we make true change.